What's up, guys? So we have less than 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks to make it to limerock. As many of you know, I sold the S10 and now I am building my EK that I've had since high school, and we got a lot to go. So we got the kswap done. Didn't really film much of that. We tested at Honda Meet. Actually blew the K24 up that I put in it from the S10. Now we have a K20 in it, but now I have to completely make it a race car. And since we only have, like I said, a little over, not even. We have 3 full weeks and a couple days until we leave for limerock. And this is what the car looks like. So as you can see, there is absolutely no cage. The dash is still in, I have to pull it. No fire system. The list is just on and on. Basically all this car is a K-swap EK with suspension. So I got a long way to go. So I'm going to try and shoot as much of this build as I can. I'm going to make this video on my phone, so it might suck, but let's just see how it turns out. Alright, so we got the main hoop done. Bent up nice and tight. So I always kick these in a little bit to help me with the door bars. That's why there's a gap right there. Because obviously the door bar has to come like this. So I always leave a little bit of a gap. But I always try to make it as tight as I can to the roof. This obviously is not welded in or anything, but just sitting in there since it's touching on the corners. So now I'll pull it back out and I'll make the diagonal braces and the harness bar, and then the main hoop will be done. Hopefully have that done today. The goal is to have this cage done in the next 3 days, which would probably be the fastest full NASA spec cage I've done. But I'm on a time crunch and we got to make it happen. So I just finished up welding the main hoop. I was going to TIG weld it and make it look all fancy and nice until I realized that I had to do this cage in like 3 to 4 days max, and it was going to take me a lot longer to TIG weld it. So I always use DOM on most of my race cars anyways. So DOM steel can be MIG'd or TIG. Chromoly would have to be TIG the whole time, but I'm going to do this one in DOM. So I just went ahead and MIG'd it. Obviously MIG welding doesn't look as nice and fancy, but did what I could. Got the main hoop pretty much done. I already made the harness bar because I know where I'm going to put my seat. So the only thing I got to do left to the main hoop is cut the bottoms. Right now they're just long. It fits in the car, but we're making rocker boxes to mount onto, so I'm going to have to cut off like a few inches, and then I left room to drop it into the box. So that's going to be the next step. Jose's making the boxes right now, and then after that we will get this actually welded in the car. But Jose's over there making the boxes. This car already had a cage. It was my first cage I ever did, and we cut it out early last week, so that's why it's all dirty and gross, but we're keeping on going. Alright, so day 2 of working, well, 2.5. Last night I pulled the dash, and then today I'm going to get everything hopefully ready. We got the windshield removed. So dash is out, windshield's removed, main hoop is made. Saw that last. And then Jose's almost done with the boxes. And I'm gonna put the main hoop in, and then I'm gonna start bending the front bars. It's crazy how long I've had this car, and I forgot how many colors it's been its whole life. So now that there's no interior, it's like really gross. So it was like silver, red, yellow. It's been a lot of different colors. So to make this thing look nice is gonna take some time. Probably gonna paint the inside, but I definitely don't have time to paint it. I know for sure I'm gonna paint the cage to match the outside color, the dark amethyst pearl. So that's gonna be pretty cool. Don't know if I'm gonna get it painted before limerock, since we really don't have that much time left, but we'll see. Here's the list. Not that much time left. We're already on this week. I did pull the dash already, so once the cage is done, we'll have to do all the rest of that in probably, hopefully I have the cage done beginning of this week, so that'll give us these 2 weeks. I'm hoping to be done here so that way I can get the car wrapped here, since we leave on the 15th, but I just don't see me making it. But here's the inside, all nice and gross. You can see all the different colors the car has been, like silver up front. And the whole wiring nightmare that I get to redo now since it's out. I can pull most of that shit out since I'm not using any of it since I'm on Haltech now. So we're gonna probably thin out some of that. So yeah, a lot of work to do still, and I'm gonna get back to it. Little side thing here. Look at this. That is a Lotus, or was. Pretty cool. One of our customers tracks the shit out of this thing, and he made like all active aero on the body and stuff. He was originally running a rye wire harness on the Haltech, and it had a bunch of problems. So we actually went ahead and custom made him one of our harnesses. It's not like our off-the-shelf harness since we built it on the car because this thing's so custom, but turned out pretty nice. Don't mind the ground wires, that's him, not us, but he just wanted to make sure he had plenty of grounds. But you can see our harness, it's all nice and loomed, all new connectors, kind of runs through here, and you can see the Haltech down there. So just wanted to kind of show it off since we just finished the harness on it. It's got a semi-built K24, so it's pretty cool. Show it to you guys. This is like his active aero. Pretty neat. And then S2000, we just put this on a Haltech as well. Just cooling it down so I can dial in the cold start with the tuner. And then yeah, a bunch of other cool projects. Good old E30 for sale if anyone wants it. It's not cheap because it has the best of the best on everything. Putting in the motor in this thing starting tomorrow, so hopefully for the last time. Now it's getting a built motor and a bunch of other Civics. All right, welcome to S10 Wednesdays featuring an EK. Yeah, so we're pretty far into making it, but the next thing we're gonna do is trim up the main hoop. We got the boxes all done, or they're just tacked in place for now in case I need to like break them apart when I drop the cage down. But the cage is just set in there and it's just so tight that it just is pretty much just pressed in. So now we went ahead and just to put these on here, and then we just marked where we're gonna cut it, and then it'll be trimmed down, and then we'll set it back in here, slip these under, and then I'm just gonna tack these on. And then tonight me and Jose are hoping to get that bar bent. That should be that's like the last of like the really bitch pieces to do, besides the door bars, depending if I get fancy or not. So if we can get that done tonight, that'd be pretty big. We're probably about 5 hours deep into the main hoop and the boxes and like pulling the dash. So not bad. We don't work on it when I say day 3. It's like, you know, we work on it for like a couple hours per day. So right now we're about 5 hours in, and it's looking pretty good. So we're just gonna, me and Jose are gonna pop this out, and then we're gonna cut it to size and then put it back in, and hopefully we measured correctly and it still continues to fit as tight as that, because that's the goal. Alright, so Jose went ahead and got the front downs bent. I like to do my cages where the front down is just one piece. Some people make it like 2 pieces, or they make like a halo up top and then they make another one come down. I don't like to do it like that. I always just make it one piece. I think it looks nicer. But I'm kind of going to show you how we got it to fit. So up in this corner, it's not notched yet. I just tipped this back so you can see, but you can see it's nice and tight to the roof. And then right here we do a compound bend, which is where you bend it down and out to get the pitch right, to keep it tight up against the A-pillar like that. So, and then all the way down to the bottom, which we don't have my plate yet, or the hole drilled, because I am going to drop this through the floor and tip it forward. But this is kind of how it is. I'm happy with it. I'm learning how to bend it. So we're going to go ahead and bend up the next one, and then my new tubing notcher comes in tomorrow. So we're gonna wait to notch this tube. I got it marked, so we'll notch it tomorrow when the new tubing notcher comes, because my other one got fucked up after all these years. And we'll notch these two, we'll be done with those, and then we'll continue on with the roof brace. And I might add some fancy shit up front if I have time. I kind of think that'd be cool, but we're just gonna do basic for now. Jose likes fancy shit.
Fancy shit.
We all like fancy shit, but of course, it's not like we have an actual time frame to work with. So are we keeping? Yes. Turn signals, wipers.
Oh man.
The hazard button is going to be my rain lights.
You got it so easy.
That's going to be sick. All I was going to do is like, oh, it's raining. I'm going to hit my hazards, and then the third brake light's going to flash.
That's it. Only if where even is it?
Hooters?
Yeah.
It's way over there.
Only if that thing had a hazard button.
This is going to be like the most street GLTC car. That's my goal, is like
Coming for Scott Robinson.
like I'm really going to like just drive this shit. Well, yeah, he drives. All right, so we got most of the cage for the front done. Just tacked. It's not fully welded, it's just tacked. We're going to, I'm going to weld as much of it as I can right now, and then I'm going to cut the bottoms, and we're going to drop it down so that I can weld the tops of everything. Jose's just getting all the tools out because I'm procrastinating and because I don't want to weld it, because I'm going to get burnt and I didn't wear the right pants for welding. So I'm going to get some nice splatter on my legs. I'm sure it's not going to feel great. That has probably been in there since I bought the car. I've never bought one of those, so.
Oh.
2009.
This has been through a lot, hasn't it?
Yep. Gross.
It's like all.
But here's what it looks like now before I drop it down. See if I can zoom out a little bit. So I got some support braces over there and over there. Obviously, overhead bar, 2 downs that we bent last night. And then I'll cut the box tops off, drop it down. There's holes in the floor underneath those ones. I'll kick it over, drop this down, and then weld it all. Yeah, I really don't want to weld it. So I fully welded as much as I could before dropping it down. That way when I do drop it down, I don't have as much to do. And it's a lot easier to get underneath when it's still fully up. So now I dropped it down. You can see it's in the boxes that I made, sunk down, and then in the hole in the front. So then it's pretty low now. That way I can weld the tops of everything. That way it's 100% welded all the way around. Kind of looks neat. When it's dropped down, you kind of see exactly how it's done. So clearly there's a bunch of room now to weld all those, and it should be pretty easy. And you got Jose over there working hard. Or hardly working, who knows. Alright, so we're all welded with the whole front piece, and the dash braces are back in, so pretty stoked on that. We're still, technically this is still day 3. Today I actually worked on it during shop time, just because I can, so fuck it. But here's what it looks like now. So got supports on both sides, you already saw that, and then this dash bar. And then I welded the factory, I don't know what you want to call it, the factory dash, where the dash skin is going to attach to that, because I want to keep that. So Jose's going to get that fitted up next, but I got that bar in there, that attached to that. That way the steering column, I don't have to modify much, so it'd be pretty straightforward and kind of OEM fitment as far as that goes. So we're going to fit the skin now and get that in, and then onto the back section. Alright, so here it is. Dash is trimmed, set back in. Jose is going to go through and throw all the bolts in so that it's nice and tight. I only put 1 bolt in, still pretty tight, but he's going to put all like the little screws back in, and then I'll put my radio back in and all that stuff, and then we can start tidying up the wiring over there. And then it'll be on to the door bars and the back half. I'm actually taking off tomorrow, so Jose is going to do the back section while I'm gone. He's actually done quite a few of those with me already, so he can handle it without me. So he's gonna get the back section going, and then next week when I come back, we're going to start the door bars, and we'll see if I can keep my door cards. This is probably gonna be the end of the first week's video. I'm just gonna probably post it up while I'm messing around tomorrow, and then we'll see if we make it to limerock in time. I think I got a lot done in not a lot of time this week, so I'm feeling pretty good, but we'll see. I'm gonna post a video every week leading up to the race, and then I'll try and film, I don't know, on our way out to Connecticut, and then I'll try and film as much as I can during the race. Just depends. If cars start acting like a piece of shit, then probably won't film much because I'll be frustrated and working on shit, but we'll try to film, make a cool video. I know we haven't posted in a while, so we're gonna try and get back to it. So hopefully this video doesn't suck too bad, and then we'll see you on the next one.